Okay, so getting right into this workout, we're going to begin with always dynamic stretching before leg day. Dynamic stretches are different than static stretches. Dynamic stretches are movements where we're going to be stretching, but we're always going to be in movement. So like you see me stretching here, I'm not pausing for that deep stretch. I'm warming up my body, so I'm keeping it in constant movement just to make sure my legs are ready for my compound lifts. Stretching before your workout is so important. I honestly used to always skip stretching, and I wasn't able to go as deep as I am within my squat and also to lift as heavy as I can. It also is going to help you prevent injury, and it's just going to make sure that you can lift and perform at your best. So always make sure that we're stretching before the workout. And then now we're getting into glute activation. So I have my band right above my knees. This is a level above medium, so my band is pretty strong, and I'm just doing these side kicks to activate my glutes. Glute activation is honestly so important before your leg day. I've noticed so much more muscle mass growth just by adding this in the beginning of my routine. After these side kicks, you're still going to be on your knees, but you're going to be doing donkey kicks. So you're really going to be focusing on putting your legs in and out just to activate that under shelf as well. You just want to make sure that you're activating your glutes just so you're ready for your compound lifts. So just after our normal banded glute activation, we're actually going to place 10-pound dumbbells in our knees, and you're really going to feel this activate your glutes. So we're still doing side kicks. Make sure that you're really accentuating and swinging your legs and that the movement is slow and controlled. And with these 10-pound weights, you're really going to feel your side glutes burning. Okay, so now that we're all done with our stretching and our glute activation, let's get into our first compound lift, which is going to be box squats. With this first exercise, we're only going to be doing 4 sets of 10 with 90 pounds on the bar, and we're really going to be focusing on getting all the way down to that box. And also, if you really want to feel this exercise within your glutes, we're going to be slightly leaning forward. That's going to place the weight within your glutes rather than focusing on your quads. When I'm doing these squats, make sure that your toes are slightly pointed outwards. I'm also doing these barefoot. It really helps me with my stability and my form. So now that we're done with our 4 sets of 10 with 90 pounds on the bar, we're going to add 50 pounds to the bar. So now we're adding some weight for progressive overload. So now we have 50 pounds on each side of the bar. And again, we're going down all the way down to that box just to get that stretch within our glutes. Now we're done with that set. We're going to add another 25 pounds on each side. So we're going to do 75 pounds on each side of the bar. And again, we're going down in our stretch all the way down to the box just to make sure that we're getting that stretch within our glutes. And with squats, your feet should be hip width apart and your toes should be pointed out. That's going to help you activate your glutes. And you just want to make sure that you feel comfortable with your form and the bar is not too high up. The bar should be not in the middle of your back, but it should be slightly down your shoulder blades. And now we're moving on to one of my favorite exercises for glute growth, which is hip thrust on the Smith machine. So when doing hip thrusts, always make sure you're starting off with a comfortable weight. So I'm doing 645s on the bar. And now we're moving on to 8 plates on the bar. So with this, we want to be going all the way down, and since it's a heavier weight, we really want to be feeling it within our glutes. So like I said, we're not moving our upper body, we're really diving and bringing our glutes up, and our feet should be hip width apart. And then now we're getting on to an even heavier weight with 10 45s on the bar. Your feet are going to be hip width apart, and we just want to make sure we're really driving our hips up. We're not moving our upper body, and we're trying not to put the movement on our quads. We're really just focusing on our glutes. And for my last set, I'm going to be doing 12 45s on the bar, and I'm really going to be driving my hips up, but we're only going to be doing 2 reps. Since this is a heavier weight, I'm not going to be doing a set of 10, but just 2 reps with this to max out. And then now that we're finished with our regular hip thrust, we're going to be doing single leg hip thrust on the Smith machine. With single leg hip thrust, again, our feet are going to be hip width apart, but also we're going to be in a B stance. So we're working that one glute at a time. One leg is going to be like we're doing regular hip thrust, and the other leg is going to be lengthened. It's still the same movement, but we're just focusing on one glute at a time. So we're not flailing our upper body, it's placed vertically on the bench, and we're just driving our hips up. Not to accentuate our quads or hamstrings, we really want to feel this in our glutes. And then with single leg hip thrusts, we're just going to keep to a lighter weight. So I'm doing 90 pounds on each side of the bar, and we're really focusing on that mind to muscle connection rather than lifting the heaviest weight we can. And for this workout, we're just going to be doing 4 sets of 5, alternating each leg. I just want to say I love creating this workout for you guys to follow along with, but you do not need to be following along with the weight I'm doing. Everyone moves differently and at a different weight. You should always be pushing yourself in the gym, but you should always be making sure that you're comfortable. If you want to start with 145 on the bar, that's more than okay. You'll definitely get there as long as you keep showing up and keep pushing yourself. And now we're moving on to dumbbell goblet squats, starting off with 30 pounds, and then we're going to move up to 60 and then 90 pounds, and we're going to be doing 3 sets of 10. This exercise you're going to feel in your glutes, but you're also going to feel it in your quads. One thing that helps me feel this more in my glutes, since I'm quad dominant, is I place a plate just so my heels are elevated, which allows me to go for a deeper squat, and you'll really feel this. With this exercise as well, your toes should be slightly pointed outwards to accentuate your glutes rather than your quads, and you should be going down deep within the squat. We're almost done our workout, but the last workout we're going to do is the glute abduction machine. With this machine, we're going to do 5 sets of 10 starting at 90 pounds, and we're going to be adding 20 to 30 pounds with each set. I love ending with this machine because I find it really isolates your glutes, and it's not putting a lot of pressure on your back or your spine. You're going to be leaning slightly forward to accentuate your glutes rather than your hamstrings and quads, and then also your toes are going to be pointed out as well. With this exercise particularly, it really accentuates your glutes, so you want to make sure that your movements are slow and controlled. We're not flailing our legs around, we're really working on accentuating that mind to muscle connection. And that's actually the end of our workout. So we only did about 4 to 5 movements, but that's all you need for leg growth. You just want to be making sure that you're doing progressive overload and that your form is great. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.